a second. I need to get this to set up. Good job.
Point is, you got to the end. Do we still do the oboe solo for this one?
No, we got oboes. Let's look forward.
I have no idea.
Oh, be prepared.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Hold up your thing. Your instrument, Rachel. You comfortable?
No.
Fishing well, please. Yeah, just grab something right here.
Alright, you're down here and then I can't see through the ceiling. So just...
Thank you for
Maybe?
telling me.
You're welcome. Maybe. Conduct more at your chest. Yes. Right, guys? Because in the back is wind, it's okay.
Alright. Everybody, look up at me. I need some stuff away, honestly. Alright, just me for tempo and nothing. Yo, Quinn. Alright.
Here you go.
Quinn, I'm gonna give you 4. 1, 2, 1, 2.
on now. For this one, you tass it the second time.
You asked me what
Is everyone ready? Yeah. Okay.
Check 1 2. Check check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Like they're probably like background. I mean, they probably also have like part of it is probably things that they're doing on their own, and part of it is probably things that they're doing involved. Yeah, they're probably doing like a few like regular songs and then like entrance exports. Why did the teachers come? They're all probably in the cafeteria. Because I'm assuming they're probably at a walk around.
Did you get programs? Yeah. Okay. Does anybody need? I made a copy of at least the order or the name.
Members of the class. We forgot to staple it. Yeah. I don't know why they did that. Oh, maybe because they wanted you to be able to open up both pages and see the whole class. But then why wouldn't they make that the center page?
I guess people are probably going to use this. So I guess it means that they have this coming back.
Wait a minute. Just leaving a lot of
That's
us
an
out.
interesting motto.
That's so funny.
I guess they figured no one would ever translate it.
I don't think I've ever heard of anyone translating it. Gotta know these things. Yeah, gotta check them out. Make sure they don't say something weird like that. I could see it being like something really weird and no one can understand it. Like I could see that. That'd be a good prank. Senior prank. Like, what would you say? Make it say something like really wild. There was none, right? Don't worry. So you want to hear the senior prank that happened my year? Okay. Came out like literally like right there, and it worked.
That is so good.
So that was like the ultimate senior prank. So no, because he hit it so well, like it was real grass. So like if you cut real grass and then push it back down, and it's like definitely like a lot of snow. Yes. So it like lifted, like he had like there was like things that like lifted up, like it was very elaborate, like very elaborate. Isn't that wild? And it worked. Like the perfect part is that it actually worked. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That's funny. My favorite prank at Sparta was we had this new policy with hall passes. Everyone's so mad about it because they never had to have hall passes. So like they were on a lanyard and they were paper. They were like laminated paper. And so the seniors bought helium balloons all at the same time. Massively the hall passes from like literally every school. Tied them to balloons and loaded them to packages. It was awesome. And like you looked up and there was all these hall passes like before. It was awesome. So that was like probably my favorite prank. One time they let me
think you're all formal and such. It should just be addressed like you go to that one.
They did crickets. It was crickets. Like they lived in the years.
Whatever you
Like
want.
you would hear like it was like the weirdest thing. I was talking about
stories.
all the good pranks we've had. The hall passes floating.
So
was
I
like
love the hall
really
passes. I was
good
here for that
That
one.
was the best one.
Crickets I like.
The crickets. We were talking about the crickets. Oh, there was a really good one a long time ago. Back in the day of alarm clocks, seniors hid alarm clocks all set to the same time in their lockers.
I love that.
So like all of a sudden you're walking down the hall and like ding 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 ding, ding, ding. But like now that would bring in like like yeah, but it was so cool. That was an awful one.
Yeah, right?
See, like, and here's the thing, like, there was a few, like, destructive ones like that, like, they did paintballs, and one time they just, like, painted all the doors and stuff outside. What I hated about that was, like, it made the school look crappy, and then it made the poor custodians have to clean it up, and, like, they're so nice, and, like, I hate to see
like your sneakers too. I like your outfit. I told you. They're not sneakers. They're Vans.
Yes, and they like
That
they
might
like
focus very much on.
like you know how like for kids like the schools do like a holder and like
Remember
that
when they were
nice
talking about
and like they like fly into the walls and stuff.
They are really, they are so much fun.
Just because like yeah,
I like the purple ones. Vans always feel
yeah,
like
yeah, and they just kind of
Vans are sneakers, Converse are sneakers. These are not sneakers. These are not sneakers.
Make sure you have the processional. Pomp and circumstance. Starts with a drum roll.
Show up.
second to clap. And you're up.
Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem and the Sparta High School alma mater.
Give him a second. Okay, go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let the music play. This is where I always get nervous at this little bit. That's what you're supposed to do.
Graduates, please be seated. Thank you, and please enjoy the ceremony.
Welcome to the Sparta High School Class of 2023 graduation.
In keeping with the dignified manner in which the ceremony is conducted, please adhere to the following requests.
Please turn off all cell phone ringers.
Please refrain from clapping for students until all have been awarded their diplomas.
Please refrain from shouting, calling out until all students have been awarded their diplomas.
Thank you, and enjoy the graduation ceremony.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sparta High School 2023 commencement ceremony. What a beautiful night we have to celebrate our graduating seniors. Please welcome our Board of Education members in attendance, as well as Sparta Township Mayor Daniel Chirillo and Councilwoman Christine Quinn. At this point, I would like to take a minute to honor some very important individuals. First, I would like all the veterans and current members of the armed forces in the audience to stand up and be recognized. Next, I would like to recognize our graduating seniors who will be entering into the armed services. Nadine Abedrabo, U.S. Army. Gavin Denmead, West Virginia University Army ROTC. Cody Leisner, U.S. Marine Corps. Daniel Marr, Indiana University Army ROTC. And Thomas Shotland, the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. Please stand to be recognized. Thank you all for your service. Please welcome our executive class officers, President Chad Wood, Vice President Shannon Ferguson, Secretary Ramey Coleman, Treasurer Jack Hill, and Historian Courtney Askin. Also, please welcome our senior class officers, President Anya Byrne, Vice President Caroline Mastandria, Secretary Ella Collins, and Treasurer Jonathan Burns. At this time, I would like to introduce Sparta High School Executive President Chad Wood to deliver the welcome address.
Distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and the extraordinary graduating class of Sparta High School, welcome to this monumental occasion. Today, we celebrate the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and the unwavering pursuit of excellence. Congratulations, class of 2023, on this well-deserved milestone. I always love when people question me about the high school experience during the pandemic, because it's easy to find the silver linings throughout our years. We got out of our freshman and sophomore year finals. We completely avoided the underclassmen phase, and we didn't have to change in PE for almost 3 years. To my fellow graduates, it is no secret that high school has been a sanctuary where friendships were fostered and where the comfort of belonging was readily available. It is crucial to recognize that the time has come to gracefully relinquish the safety of our familiar rooms, and embrace the path of personal growth and self-resilience. In this transition towards greater individuality, understand that life isn't living to conform to the expectation of others, but in authentically pursuing our dreams and aspirations. The world outside demands us to actively participate, not merely as bystanders, but as the architects of our own lives. As we journey forth, let us wholeheartedly embrace the understanding that our individual voices possess the power to affect change and make a lasting impact. Gone are the days where we can solely rely on the security of our trusted circle. Instead, we must engage with the broader community, voice our opinions, and contribute to the shaping of our shared future. Let us feel an overwhelming sense of pride, not only for the collective achievements we celebrate today, but also for the remarkable individuals we have become. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Please welcome to the stage Sparta High School's 2023 co-valedictorian, Ryan McKellen.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ryan McKellen. And for those of you who do, I've been told by my peers and teachers that it's almost hard to recognize me without my pathwater and my hat. So I thought to make this speech more personal, I might as well pull on my pathwater and put on my hat one final time in my high school career. I'm so grateful to have the honor of giving one of the valedictorian speeches this year. I want to start by thanking the incredible faculty and staff, my amazing family, and all the support I've had to get me up here today. When sitting down to write this speech, I began to think about what makes our class unique. Being a part of the STEM program and loving math and science, I thought it'd be cool to provide some specific statistics to our class. 2, the number of valedictorians we have this year. 12, the number of artists in our class who have been recognized by the state for their artwork. 13, the number of students who have signed this year for college athletics. 281, the number of students in our graduating class. $1 million, roughly the amount of money and financial aid offered to students from Sparta and their applied colleges. And my favorite, 345,600, the amount of minutes we've had in high school together. These statistics are incredible, and it's interesting to think about how we can quantify our time here together. However, when we look back at our high school time, months, years, and decades from now, the statistics are not going to be what sticks with us. You won't remember the precise number of students in our graduating class, the exact grades you got on that test, the amount of likes you got on that prom photo, or the minutes of playing time you had in that game. In all honesty, quantifying an experience is important. However, it is often surpassed by the quality of the experience. Quality is what forms a memory. Quantity fades into the background. We have each gone on to do incredible things in high school. Looking out into the crowd, I see accomplished academics, athletes, artists, actors, and musicians. Beyond our successes, I personally believe that the quality of our class is derived from our kindness. For many, kindness may seem like an empty and generic word, but it truly holds a lot of weight when describing our generosity, friendliness, and compassion. I want to use this platform as a valedictorian to not only remind you to continue to try your best in all that you do and to pursue your passions, but to also speak on kindness, and especially highlight the kindness that I believe makes our class so unique. This year, I shadowed under one of my biggest mentors, Dr. Chris Canzanero. He told me that in college, the mission statement was that they charged their graduates to be forces of good in the world. I've known most of you since our days in Alpine School when we were young children, and now I look at a group of adults who I believe are truly a force of good in the world. The other day, I was sitting in the back of my math class. There are a lot of different friend groups in my class, and most people would assume that everyone would only be talking within their groups, but this was far from the truth. Instead, the entire class came together and was invested in deep conversations about each other's lives. This stuck with me as a trend I've seen in our grade throughout my time in Sparta. Whether or not our student body hangs out outside of school, the quality of connections we've made during school hours are irreplaceable. We are fortunate to have this level of kindness in our class. Although some of our interactions may have been short, it's the little moments that stick with us and make a true difference. When my band released our first song, we received so much support and encouragement from our peers and staff. People were playing the song all day, and it filled me with a sense of pride and joy to be a part of our grade. I see that same support for other artists releasing songs, our theater groups, our DECA team, academic achievements, and any other personal milestone we achieve in our grade. It's the small acts of kindness or class periods of camaraderie that make our class feel like a family and inspire us to bring this trait with us into the world after we graduate. I want to leave you all with one more statistic. We have less than an hour left of high school before we graduate. That's just a handful of minutes. If you feel like you haven't pursued your passions in high school or been the person you want to be, then don't worry, because the clock will restart soon on your next chapter of life, a clean slate. Take a look around in these final moments and make it a point to smile at a classmate you haven't talked to a lot and spread a little extra kindness. Think back on the impact Sparta High School has had on all of us and the legacy you want to leave. Whether you're leaving here with 50 friends or just one person that's changed your life, the quantity does not matter. Always strive to be that one person who can make a positive impact on the world and the lives of others. Thank you again for being such an amazing friends throughout the years, and to all the staff and parents who have been there guiding us along the way. I really am going to miss being a Spartan with you all.
Thank you, Ryan. Please welcome to the stage Sparta High School's other 2023 co-valedictorian, Claire Schrey.
Yeah, they'll sing. Claire will be up here. Just wait 1 second. The chorus is going to sing. How many of you will be up here for the chorus to sing?
Thanks, really appreciate it.
The chorus sings.
I've often dreamed of the far off, where heroes welcome the beauty,
where the crowd will cheer when they see my face, and the voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be. I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I will find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. If I go the distance, I'll be right where I belong. Down an unknown road to embrace my fate. Though the road may wander, it will lead me to you.
and 1,000 years would be worth the wait. It might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through,
and I won't look back. I can go the distance, and I'll stay on track. No, I won't accept defeat. It's an uphill slope, but I won't lose hope. I go the distance, and my journey is complete. Complete. But to look beyond the glory is the hardest part. But a hero's strength is measured by his heart.
like a shooting star. I will go the distance.
I will search the world. I will face its harms. I don't care how far. I will go the distance till I find my hero's welcome waiting in your arms. Search the world. I will face its harms till I find my hero's welcome waiting in your arms.
So I'm not going to introduce you again. You can just begin the speech. But we'll wait a second to let them kind of backwards. I skipped over a line where I'm supposed to introduce the chorus. So.
Oh, I see.
That's why you get to be up here on stage and, in the spotlight for a couple minutes.
Love it.
All right, it's all yours.
All right, thank you.
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank the school's staff and administration, and especially the family members who have helped us so much in getting here today. Next, I want to congratulate the class of 2023 for reaching this point, for surviving a pandemic and finals week. There was also that apocalyptic smoke that almost ruined our prom pictures, our prom that was held in a nice barn. The thing is, we've been present for so many big events in history. In the past 4 years, the Amazon was on fire, Australia was on fire, Canada was just on fire, California's always on fire, Kim and Kanye split, NFTs came and went, and Argentina won the World Cup. We've been witness to disaster, but also change. We learned that we have the power to make an impact, individually and as a community. This will be the last year at Sparta High School for some teachers as well, Miss Bach being one of them. When the board chose not to search for another orchestra teacher to continue the program, our classmates spread a petition that garnered community-wide support and succeeded in changing minds. That's only one example, but over our time here, we have seen what protest and togetherness can achieve. This time here has also taught us the importance of smaller things, gestures of kindness and little compliments. Our words have more weight than we think sometimes, and it can be easy to miss that when we talk about the bigger picture, or how grand the world is, or how out of control we feel life can get. But our part in history isn't the only thing we leave behind. We have an impact on others as well. We don't have to understand someone's situation, and typically we don't know anything about it, to be kind to them. A lot of us here are barely adults, and we're still figuring things out. We have jobs to apply for, classes to enroll in, maybe some placement tests still to complete. We can quickly get caught up in all that we have to explore, and we forget that we're not the main characters in everyone else's stories. At the end of the day, we are all just people trying to live, so we should have some mutual respect for each other, as everyone around us has gone through struggle and overcome it to get here. Whether that difficulty is getting up in the morning, setting a new personal best, or answering questions about future plans. Some struggles we are still working through, and that's okay. We all know life can be hard, so why not be kinder to everyone around us? We can try giving input to others, but ultimately their lives' decisions are theirs to make, and we should respect them instead of fighting that. When I was writing this, someone asked me genuinely, what's the worst that could happen? You write a bad speech? Those sound like they'd be famous last words, but to be fair, I also think I'd reached a point where I just wanted this to be over with. So I was all on board with that idea, like, yeah, so what? Something embarrassing could happen, like nobody laughing at the jokes I tried for, which I am confirming is awkward, but I choose to believe that nothing could move a second semester senior at this point. It was so simple, but what this person said ended up being something I needed to hear. The words you direct towards yourself have an effect too. You may find yourself starting to believe something just because you repeat it, and that can be a positive thing sometimes, but that also means that it's necessary to cut off negative thoughts before they can spiral. If you're hesitant about something, what is the worst that could happen? Things aren't always as serious as we think, or at the very least, it's better to make an attempt, and sometimes we have to, than to regret not trying. Pursue what you want and try new things that interest you. These 4 years may not have been enough time to do all that we wanted. We were still trying to find ourselves and our independence from other people's expectations. But we still have time, and starting now never hurts. In the case that you were not listening and you just want to get your pictures and go home, or this truly was a bad speech, I'm just going to repeat this part because this is the message that I really want you to take away. Be kind to yourself, to the people around you, to the world. While we are witnesses to history, we are not bystanders to it. You matter, and what you do makes a difference. I want to again congratulate the class of 2023 and wish everyone the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. To present the class gift, please welcome to the stage Sparta High School's 2023 class officers, Anya Byrne, Caroline Mastandria, Ella Collins, and Jonathan Burns.
Hi everybody. I want to start this off by bringing everyone back to a little over a year ago. I was a student council senator, and through that position, I started to consider running for class president. My good friend Caroline and I decided to run for president and vice president together and threw our hats into the ring. Surprisingly, it turns out that our hats were the only ones thrown into that ring, and we were unanimously voted in. In all honesty, I had an incredible time this year as president. I loved getting to work with the great friends behind me and the rest of the student council to build new traditions and make this final year a great one. Now that our last day has finally come and passed and I've officially retired from this position, I want to look back and recognize everyone that has made those many moments so memorable. All the teachers, administrators, volunteers, and parents doing all the behind-the-scenes work to not only get us across this stage, but doing so with plenty to remember and cherish forever. I don't only want to look back, but also forward towards what's to come for all of us. Instead of walking back through those SHS doors come September, we'll all be going through our own doors. Whatever's to come for all of you, I am completely confident in the fact that you will thrive, and I wish you all the best. To leave one last mark on this school, the Senior Student Council has funded a gift for all future Spartans to enjoy for years to come.
Sophomore year, during COVID, the school year was doing everything they could to keep us as far away from each other as possible. Naturally, with over 1,000 high schoolers in one building, it wasn't so easy.
The only way to get a semblance of normalcy, the chance to take off our masks and spend time together like we so easily used to, was outside. Whether it be the softball field or the courtyards, we took our escape and enjoyed the little taste of freedom during lunch.
We took a simple 47 minutes and created some of our best memories of our 4 years here at SHS. Now that our time at the school has finally come and passed, the Senior Student Council wanted to give all future classes the same chance to take a break from the stuffy classrooms and bright lights and enjoy some time outside.
The Sparta High School class of 2023 will be donating resources to turn one of the courtyards into an outdoor classroom for all future classes to enjoy. Thank you.
Oh, yo, on your.
Thank you for that gift. At this point, it is my pleasure to present the 2023 Sparta High School Outstanding Citizenship and Scholar Award. The recipients of these two awards should be most proud that the faculty and staff at Sparta High School have selected them to receive these prestigious awards. When we announce the students' names, we would also like to recognize their parents, so please stand. The Outstanding Citizenship Award is presented to the member of the senior class who has exemplified those qualities of cooperation, leadership, unselfishness, service, which distinguishes him or her as an outstanding citizen. This year's Outstanding Citizen Award goes to Shannon Ferguson. Congratulations. All right. Yeah. The Outstanding Scholar Award is presented to the member of the senior class that best exemplifies those qualities of intellectual curiosity and dedication to the pursuit of truth, which are the indelible mark of the scholar. This year's Outstanding Scholar Award goes to Ryan McKellen. And who thought it was going to rain tonight? Good evening. Dr. Beck, Mrs. Rossi, Mr. Morris, members of the Board of Education, local dignitaries, invited guests, staff, family, friends, and students. It's with great honor and pleasure that I welcome you to our commencement exercises for the class of 2023. I would also like to thank everyone for their assistance in preparing for our ceremony. Mr. Stoner, our secretarial staff, Mr. Hackmeister and our custodial crew, Mr. Rendell and our IT department, Mrs. Barker, Mrs. Koff, along with many others. I need to recognize Mason Munier, who spoke at the middle school graduation last night, and word is that you brought the house down. Great job, Mason. I would also like to take a moment to recognize our teaching staff sitting in the back behind the students because we have an outstanding staff. Please join me in recognizing them. Every year, I'm honored to say a few words to our graduating class. I'm always on the lookout throughout the year for a topic or an instance that I can share at graduation. This year, it was a call from my daughter, who was away at college. It turns out my daughter and my wife were going through a similar situation, and let me explain. My daughter, Sam, just completed her first year as a cheerleader at James Madison University. In order for her to make the team, she had to submit a video of her skills and explain what it would mean to be a Duke. If she was selected, she would have to go to campus for the weekend and try out. There were hundreds of applications, and over 90 students were invited. They would then select about 30 students. She was very committed to the process, put together a great audition video. I was very impressed with her determination. Ultimately, she was invited on a team, but as an alternate, meaning she would not be cheering at games, but the coaching staff liked her potential. I actually tried to persuade her to go to another university that accepted her on the team and didn't have those stipulations. But she refused and was determined to go. We drove down to campus in early August, and I can tell that she was nervous on our ride. She didn't say much. She was staying with some girls on the team whom she had barely met. She didn't know anyone, and it seemed that she was questioning her decision. We got to campus, emptied the car, and then immediately went to the student union building to check in. She didn't even allow me out of the car. Apparently, she didn't want to be embarrassed by her dad. She quickly dismissed me, and just like that, I was heading north on 81, reflecting where the 18 years went. There also may have been a tear or two, but that's just between us. I wouldn't want that information getting out. About 10 days later, classes started, and I was in my office, and she called me in a panic. She started the conversation whispering how scared she was. And this was the first day of classes. And she was in class with all the upperclassmen. And she was the only freshman. And she needed me to drive down there immediately, pick her up, and take her home. I quickly calmed her down and told her that I'm not going to get her, even though I wanted to. I told her to trust herself. She was prepared, and to believe that she was going to be successful. She's put in the work. She deserved to be there, and upperclassmen don't really care about freshmen anyway, so just relax. About 10 days after that, I received another call from her. But on this call, her confidence was brimming. As she asked me to guess why she was calling. She was proud and excited to tell me that she made the game day squad and will be on the field opening game. And will I be there? She asked me, and I told her I wouldn't miss it for the world. I was thrilled to embarrass her from the sideline, yelling, "That's my daughter," in front of about 35,000 fans and her teammates. And by the way, I got one more exciting call from her. This time, it was to tell me that she also made the dean's list. The next story involves my wife. She's a speech pathologist at a local school here in Sussex County. She's been at the same school for about 18 years. However, this year, she was told she would be sent to another school 2 days a week. Again, please keep this information amongst ourselves, but this was not good news. She was not happy about it, and she probably wouldn't be happy that I'm sharing it with all of you today, even though she's sitting right over there in the bleachers listening to me. But back to the story, she wasn't happy. How could they do this? She's been there 18 years. This is a terrible idea, as she rambled on, but it was inevitable, and she was scheduled to be there when school started. So about a week after my daughter told me she was too scared to attend class at JMU, my wife shared her insecurities as well. What if I stink? What if the teachers hate me? What if the kids don't like me? It turns out she was a little scared also. Well, to move the story along, she returned home that night after her first day and could not stop talking about how great it was. And the kids were awesome. And she loved the staff. And she wishes she could go there every day of the week. And by the way, I have to drive by the new Wawa. And I stopped there. And I'm going to stop there every day because the best ice. Have you ever had their ice? Do you know they have the best ice? You should really go there. It's so good. I think they call it pellet ice. And I'm not lying. It's really the best. Needless to say, she enjoyed her year at her new school and is looking forward to her return next year. I share these two stories because they're pretty funny, but it also shows that no matter what your age, my daughter was 18, and my wife is, well, you didn't think I was going to actually do that, did you? Could you imagine if I told everyone here how old she was? That wouldn't go over well for me. But I share these stories because there's always going to be adversity. There will always be an obstacle in front of your success. But remember, when you are at your campus or you're at your job, or when those obstacles arise, that you are prepared. Your teachers have prepared you, your parents have prepared you, and you have prepared you. So let's recap. Number one, undoubtedly you will have resistance as you move forward, and your willingness to succeed will be tested. But you have done the work, and you deserve to be where you are at. Believe and trust in yourself, and go the extra mile. There's never a lot of traffic. Number two, Wawa kind of really does have the best ice. And number three, as I always like to close out my commencement speeches, beat Pope John. Thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2023. And it's my pleasure to introduce our board president, Mr. Kurt Morse.
Thank you, Dr. Lazara. Just like to say happy birthday. For who everyone didn't know, it's his birthday today. '53. 53, right? Yes. Yeah. On behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to welcome everyone to this evening's Sparta High School graduation ceremony. I extend this welcome to Dr. Beck, Mrs. Rossi, to our high school administrators, faculty, and most importantly, to our 2023 graduating class, as well as your families and friends in attendance today. I promise you I'll be brief so that you can continue with the program. Even though this is a great achievement and accomplishment, I sat in these exact seats 28 years ago. So I know that you'll be experiencing this major milestone. You'll also be wondering, when will this be over? You're about to begin the next part of your journey that may include going to college or to a trade school, joining the military, or even going right to work. Whatever it is that you choose, do so knowing that you're well prepared for what lies ahead of you in life. As you sit here, allow your thoughts to wander back for a moment and reflect on what you have accomplished, whether it may be academic achievement, the winning season or state title in whatever sport you played, or just the accomplishment that brings you here today. Whatever it may be, remember these last 4 years are just the beginning of your many achievements. In your time here at Sparta High School, and even before then, you developed important relationships and made many friends. While you may be going your separate ways after graduation, meeting new people and making new friends along the way, the important thing to remember is that the friends sitting next to you today will be the ones that will last a lifetime. There'll be the people you call when you're sitting alone in your dorm room just to check in, and the first person you see when you're back at home on break. And while those new friends might be a lot of fun or show up when you're in need to be bailed out, as the old saying goes, it's your true lifelong friend that will always be sitting right next to you. They say people come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Look around today and know the relationships you have made here in Sparta will absolutely last you a lifetime. What I'm trying to say is never forget these times, the friends you have made, and the accomplishments you have achieved. They are long-lasting, heartfelt, and the most important of all. On behalf of the Sparta Board of Education, I would like to congratulate all the graduates and your families and wish you the best of luck going forward. Make us proud. I have no doubt you will. Congratulations. I would now like to introduce Superintendent Dr. Beck.
Good evening, and welcome to our parents, family members, staff members, administrators, and Board of Education members. Most importantly, good evening and congratulations to our celebrated graduates. Typically, when I write a graduation speech for high school seniors, I like to offer them some advice for the future in an attempt to prepare them for the real world. The advice I offer usually consists of characteristics that, in my opinion, will ensure their future success. Such characteristics include persistence, overcoming challenges and adversity, adaptability, and making the best of inevitable disappointments. Then, as I was discussing this graduating class with fellow administrators, I realized something. These are the graduating students who were freshmen when the unthinkable COVID pandemic hit. These are the graduating students who only this year were able to experience a full year of high school normalcy. These are the students who missed out on and overcame so much more than any other four-year high school students in the history of education. With that realization in mind, I do not feel the need to stand up here and educate you on the characteristics you need to prepare for the real world. Rather, I will shift my focus of my speech to focusing on those characteristics that you already possess, the characteristics that you had no choice but to build throughout your high school career. You have already exemplified what it means to be persistent and the ability to overcome adversity and challenges. When you were all nearing the completion of your freshman year and preparing for your first high school spring break, you were hit with the biggest challenge any student has ever faced in the history of our country. You were forced to become adaptable. While we as educators were trying to figure out the best way to educate students from their homes, you were at home ready to embrace new ways to learn. When it became time to pivot to hybrid instruction, you all adapted to learning in a classroom while some of your friends and classmates were learning from their homes and vice versa. You missed out on so much of your four-year high school career experience and faced countless disappointments from canceled events, canceled seasons, and missed classroom time. Yet you persevered through it all and are sitting in front of us today as successful high school graduates, ready to take on anything that comes your way. On the bright side, you can top your parents' and grandparents' stories of having to overcome the challenge of walking to school in 2 feet of snow, uphill both ways. You did, after all, graduate after a once-in-a-100-year pandemic. You have already proven to yourself, your teachers, and your parents that no matter what the world throws at you, you can handle it and you will succeed. In closing, you don't need any new advice from me on how to be successful in the future. All you need to do is look within yourself and the characteristics you have built through a challenging four-year high school career and leave here with 100% confidence that you can overcome and persevere through any challenge. As Hall of Fame tennis player and motivational speaker Roger Crawford once said, being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional. Congratulations once again to the entire Sparta High School class of 2023. I wish you nothing but the best of luck in the future.
Before we continue, would everyone please join me in a big round of applause for our non-graduating students who are here with us tonight performing in the band and the chorus for us all. Thank you guys for being here. According to Stephen Colbert, you are about to start the greatest improvisation of all, with no script, no idea what's going to happen, often with people and places you have never seen before, and you are not in control. So say yes, and if you're lucky, you'll find people who will say yes back. You are a unique class who dealt with a unique set of circumstances throughout your high school career. I am truly honored to be up here and recognize each of you this evening. At this time, I would like to present each member of the class of 2023. Chad Wood. Shannon Ferguson. Ramey Coleman. Jack Hill. Courtney Askin. Ryan McKellen. Claire Schrey. Anya Byrne. Caroline Mastandria. Ella Collins. Jonathan Burns. Nadine Abadrabo. Maya Albuquerque. Anthony Albert. Aiden Albert. Jake Alcivar. Eden Alkovic. Samantha Amaturo. Goldie Ansis. Logan Arienta. Jason Baldanza. Alexa Bally. Dylan Barry. Daniel Bates. Kimberly Bellamy. Leah Banani. Rachel Burgon. Arlene Betancourt. Tanner Blendinger. Kimberly Botta. Blake Broderson. Davin Brooks. Michael Brown. Joseph Buono. Alyssa Cabrera. Ryan Calandrillo. Dylan Caswell. Bailey Chapman. Erne Chuck Salem. Troy Cristiano. Rabia Chupanova. Curtis Sina. Caitlin Siak. Kyle Collinson. Anya Corrado. Nicholas Cortese. Tyler Cox. Jonathan Cristillo. Nicholas Cuccinello. Patrick Dabrowski. Tyler Dalmado. Kaylin Daly. Matt DePrado. Elizabeth Darmiento. Christian DeTolo. Eric Dow. Devin Dean. Gavin Denmead. Samantha DeSanti. Braden de Blasio. Emily Di Giuseppe. Mary Di Giuseppe. Anthony Dionisio. James D. Pasquale. Aiden Doyle. Jessica Drozd. Millen Dewberry. Allie Defoe. Matthew Dufow. Lance Durston. Sadie Ecke. Delaney Ekman. Cameron Embleton. Molly Engelhart. Elizabeth Enriquez. Matthew Enriquez. Anthony Ferrone. Jack Farber. Brooke Fosnot. Michael Favicchia. Robert Ferguson. Christina Fertleff. Olivia Flans. Elizabeth Flint. Alex Flockhart. Emma Flores. Alexandra Foreman. Katrina Ferguson. Alicia Gaines. Catherine Gaines. Michael Gaines. Giselle Galarza. Liam Gallagher. Nicholas Gambino. Celine Garces. Valerie Gavioli. Eliana Giannino. Sophia Giannino. Sydney Giroux. Stephanie Glogowitz. Avril Gomez. Sebastian Gomez. Jorge Gonzalez Valle. Samantha Grau. Lauren Greenfield. Maxwell Gregg. Samaya Griffin. Amber Groom. Kelly Groom. Alyssa Gundry. Jake Hand. Elizabeth Hansen. Emily Harms. Isabella Harris. Gabriel Harrison. Julia Harrison. Owen Haslock. Marcella Hill. Brady Hinchcliffe. Lily Hoffman. Benjamin Holden. Liliane Ihakaram. Sophia Ilardi. Cameron Ilofsky. Amelia Interella. Jolie Jennings. Tristan Jennings. Graham Johnson. Laura Johnson. Julia Wan. Julia Kadar. Braden Canceljack. Elizabeth Kelleher. Ella Kenny. Alexandra Kettle. Caitlin Knapp. Caitlin Knapp. Isabella Koch. Catalina Kohler. Sarah Kosker. Alexis Kraus. James Cressman. Andrew Christensen. Emily Kruger. Nicolette Lafrott. Khan Lagaman. Anthony Lane. Cassandra Lasco. Owen Leary. Ryan Lee. Cody Leisner. Julia Lengen. Sarah Levine. Jake Lewis. Thomas Ligori. Lainey Lowen. Sebastian Lopes. Eduardo Lopez. Camila Lopez Angel. Brandon Lusant. Daniel Lyden. Samantha Mazarowski. Jalen Megan. Daniel Marr. Aiden Mahoney. Bradley Maines. Nicholas Marchesi. Matthew Maresca. Brendan Mason. Robert Matuski. Stephen Mattis. Ava Mazzarella. Matthew McCann. Bryn McCurry. Grace McDonald. Callista McKeon. Adrian McLean. John Mellick. Finnegan Mel. Frank Milano. John Milano. Ahmed Mohammed. Kyle Monroe. Isabella Montesano. Leah Moore. Maylee Moriarty. James Mudrick. Timothy Mulcairn. Colin Muller. Mason Munier. Riley Munier. Kira Murphy. Matthew Matthew Merzaku. Nina Muscarella. Emily Neglia. Annika Noel. May Nori. Michael Rocco Okrepke. Kylie O'Neill. Lily Olszewski. William Ortiz. Jaden Pagan. Race Parton. Rishi Pasanuri. Samantha Pegger. Finnegan Perry. Hunter Peterson. Ryan Pettit. James Phillips. Elena Pisinic. Chloe Pierce. Lena Podbielski. Keith Paulison. Ashley Potter. Jack Paust. Madison Powell. Sasha Price. Ariana Paleo. Desmond Perchla. Shelly Ramirez. Andrew Riza. Riley Richardson. Xavier Riggio. Kurt Riley. Adriana Rivera. Ellie Rode. Justin Rodriguez. Ethan Roldan. Luis Xavier Rosado. Ryan Rossi. Blake Rulis. Max Rozicki. Brady Ryan. Nicholas Ryan. Shanoa Sanabria. Edward Sandgren. Evan Solis. Sophia Sayet. Luke Scarpa. Jeremy Schoen. Thomas Shotland. Matthew Schweizer. Colin Shagawat. Aiden Sharrow. Ella Schauger. Ella Simmons. Megan Smith. Miranda Smith. Skylar Sobieski. Dominic Griffin Sureco. Isabella Sportelli. Zoe Squashik. Olivia Steele. Maximilian Stotch. Lindsay Stouch. Ashlyn Sullivan. Catherine Suter. Allie Sweeney. Attila Zalaji. Aaron Takich. Landon Tanyeri. Gavin Tate. Peter Teixeira. Zuria Thompson. Jace Tanzola. Zephyrina Turturro. Vanessa Vasquez. Gianelli Villalon. Alexis Villapando. Laurel Walder. Evan Weigelt. James Weisbach. Damon Welber. Lily Wiegand. Blake Winberry. Nicholas Wolf. Sarah Yarnall. Alexander Yerofeyev. Jose Zapata. Yep, you want me to say it one now and then you say it again? Yeah, you can say it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sparta High School's class of 2023. We'll take you up. Just, you're going to introduce him? Yeah, you can introduce him. Is it the turning of the tassel?
Yeah, just so we're turning all the time.
Come over here. Come over here. Come over here.
No, he's going to say something.
All right.
We're going to ask him to please stand.
To lead the class in the turning of the tassel, please welcome Gavin Denmead.
Students, please stand.
Students, please stand. Before we say our final goodbyes, one piece of advice. Life's gonna get hard, but calm seas never made skilled sailors. Always fight for what you love, and what you love will always fight for you. So that being said, will the class of 2023 please move your tassel from the right to the left?
Ladies and gentlemen, we present the class of 2023.